Coffee. Best part of a Gilmore Girl challenge is all the coffee. Not that having a challenge stopped me before, but yeah, coffee. I didn't really think this through because I have nowhere to put this. Hang on. Okay. I'm Caitlin the Geek, hello, and welcome to the first Movie Monday of 2018. On Movie Mondays, I will be recapping all the movies I've watched from the previous week. I'm aiming for about 7 movies a week, but life happens, so we'll just see how many I can actually get through. This Movie Monday is going to be a bit different though, because it's the first Monday of 2018, so I haven't watched any movies this year yet, apart from one movie which I just watched on Netflix, but that doesn't count because it wasn't part of the challenge. So anyway, so this one I am going to be recapping all of the movies I watched last year for the challenge that didn't actually quite finish, so I didn't get that many movies watched. So I'm just going to use my phone to scroll through the movies I watched last year, and let's see if I can do some reviews. So the first movie is Rosemary's Baby. Now Rosemary's Baby is a movie directed by Roman Polanski. I want to say straight up that Roman Polanski is a horrible, horrible person. I don't ever want to watch another movie by him. This movie was excellent, but I don't think you can ever really separate the artist from the art. He's a horrible, horrible person. He's a pedophile, he's a rapist, he's been convicted. I don't think that we should be watching his movies anymore, but I watched this before. I knew all that. I've only been enlightened by that in the past year, even though it happened ages ago. So if you want to watch Rosemary's Baby, I would suggest you find a way to watch it that doesn't give any money to Roman Polanski. On that note, great movie. The suspense was great. I felt so much for Rosemary the whole time, but at the same time you wonder if it's just paranoia. Like, was that a dream? People who have seen it will know what I'm talking about. Like, was that a dream or was it real? And then anyway, it was an amazing movie. But yeah, just find a means of watching it but you don't give money to Roman Polanski. Anyway, so the next movie was Mommie Dearest. Now, Mommie Dearest was first mentioned by Lorelai in season 1, episode 1. When Rory's pissed at her, she says, "You're not going to give me the Mommie Dearest treatment forever, are you?" So this movie, I've read up on it, and you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt because it's based on a true story about Joan Crawford, but it's 2 of her adopted children say that they were hard done by, the other 2 say that those 2 kids are lying. So it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it, but I think you have to take it with a grain of salt because we don't know what is true and what's not. But it was a great kind of glimpse into how stardom can sort of make people a bit crazy. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't watch it again because it's a bit too abusive. Like, it's not an enjoyable family movie to watch. It's a abusive piece of work. But yeah, the next movie I watched was West Side Story. Love a bit of West Side Story. Based on Romeo and Juliet. It's the whole one side of the city versus the other. The Latinos versus the white people. I don't know, but it's great. I love all the musical numbers. If you like musicals, you definitely have to see it. If you haven't seen it already, because apparently I was just very behind. Like, everyone I know that loves musicals has seen this month except me. But it was great. It was like poppity pop 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 pop. So give that one a watch. That one is definitely watch it. Great. Then I watched The Shining. I have seen this movie before. I watched it in, I think it was either year 9 or year 10 at a slumber party. Scared the shit out of me then, and it scared the living daylights out of me again now. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's like an emotional, intense, in your head sort of thriller. There are some jump moments, but most of it is just the psychology of it. But yes, watch it. If you're not too bad with horror films, you should watch it. Hunchback of Notre Dame. I have never seen this movie before. I'm a big Disney fan, but I've never seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I might have seen it when I was little, but not in any capacity to have memory. So, oh my god, it's a Disney film. It's great. I don't know why I've never seen it. Just watch it. Watch the Disney. Watch that Disney. Schindler's List. I have never cried so much in a film before in my life. One, it's based on a true story because it's based on the events of World War II. But, holy crap, like you don't realise just how... It's one thing to study World War II, it's another thing to watch it happen in front of you. And the way, even though it's in black and white, it's just so emotionally, like I want to cry just now talking about it. It's so emotionally heart-wrenching to see those things actually happen. Like reading it in textbooks is one thing, but seeing it, oh god, I want to cry. But it's a great film. It teaches you compassion. It teaches you what really happened and how, like of course it's slightly dramatized because it's a film. Not really dramatized, that's not the right word, but it's not 100% accurate, but it is pretty fucking accurate. And just pulls on the heartstrings, get ready to cry, have a tissue box. Zach, my husband, he ditched me about an hour in because he had a headache, and so I had to sit there by myself, just sobbing my eyes out. The next movie I watched was it was Flashdance. Never seen Flashdance either. I'm a failure. Flashdance was great. It's a classic 80s film. The hair, everything, the love story. It was great. If you love 80s films, which I do, definitely put it on your list and enjoy it. It's a very kind of, it's a feel-good movie, I think. Like the ending is happy and you get happy and it's happy. I have to give a disclaimer that I did watch these 12 months ago, so that's why they're not the best reviews. They're not the most in-depth because I'm trying to remember the film at the same time. Valley of the Dolls, that was a good film. It's kind of, it's glimpse into the really crap side of Hollywood, all the drugs, all the like depression, just I really need to watch it again. Like I would watch this movie again because I remember it being enjoyable and dramatic and filled with drugs, but I just can't really remember it. I know that there was a story of a girl not involved with drugs, but mostly all I remember is drugs. Drugs. The next one is The Sixth Sense. Again, I had never watched it. I did know the twist because I don't think anyone in modern times doesn't know the twist. But if you don't know the twist, I'm not going to say it because, yeah. But I can see, watching it, I could see why people didn't know the twist. Because I keep saying the twist and it's starting to sound really weird in my head. But watching it, I can see how M. Night Shyamalan directs it beautifully in a way that I can definitely understand why no one, or why very little people caught what the twist was going to be. Because I was trying to watch it with that in mind, trying to pretend that I didn't know what was going to happen. And yeah, it was very well done. I did see it coming because I know the twist, but I could see how people would not have seen it coming. Okay, next one, The Flight. I fucking hated this film. If I'm being honest. The Fly. I could kind of see why it was a cult classic per se. And Jeffrey Goldblum and Gina Davis are amazing in it. But it was just horrible. It was just disgusting. I cannot do horror that is graphic, like blood, gore. There was times where I literally had to swallow vomit because it was that disgusting. I just, never watching it again. Never, ever again in my life. So the next one I did was a double feature of Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. Of course I have seen both of these. They are Princess Disney movies. I know sort of failed before with having not seen Hunchback of Notre Dame, but Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, top notch, classic Disney princess movies. Watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them. Especially watch them with your kids, boys, girls, either, neither. Anyone, watch it. The next movie I watched was Peyton Place, which it was interesting, to say the least. It was first mentioned in Gilmore Girls when Richard Gilmore says it's Peyton Place about all the gossip going around his country club. And it was exactly like that. It was just different, like, gossipy stories going around, and there was a rape scene at one point, which I did not expect in that film. And yeah, it was just very dramatic and gossipy, and like this kind of small town gossipy, can't do anything without anyone seeing sort of stuff. It was good. I'm not in a rush to watch it again, but it was good. The Deer Hunter, oh my god, I can understand why it won Oscars. It was amazing. And I know that some people have gotten really pissed that it's not factually correct with the whole Russian roulette in the Vietnam War. But it was really enjoyable and did not expect the ending. Like, that was gut-wrenching and like, you should see it. Like, definitely watch it. Meryl Streep does a fantastic little, like, it's a smaller role than both Christopher Walken and Robert De Niro, who are also both excellent. And yeah, I think it's definitely one. It's a drama. It's heart-wrenching. Not as heart-wrenching as Schindler's List, but still pretty in there. A lot of war movies tend to be like that because, you know, war is sad and shit. And we shouldn't ever go to war, even though it's profitable. Looking at you, Trump. Just saying. The next movie I watched was Bright Eyes with Shirley Temple. Very cutesy, very Shirley Temple. I got the Shirley Temple curls going on right now. But yeah, it's very, very cute, very musical. If you're into musicals, definitely watch it. If you hate musicals, don't watch it. It's that simple. It's very cute. Then I watched Freaky Friday, the original, not the Lindsay Lohan version. And it was, I think, better than the Lindsay Lohan version, even though I love the Lindsay Lohan version. It has Jodie Foster in it, and she is very young, a lot younger than I expected. Wait, no, like, a lot younger than I've ever seen Jodie Foster, which is a very weird thing to say. But, yeah, it was one of her first movies, I think, and it was pretty great. If you like the Disney Freaky Friday, watch this one because it's even better. Except if you only like Freaky Friday because of Lindsay Lohan, don't watch it because she's not in it. Then I watched Ice Castles, which was very sad. A blind girl who loves skating. Wait, no, a girl that loves skating goes blind, but then still manages to skate. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's inspiring. Don't give up on your dreams, no matter what. It's great. Then I watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original. It is fantastic. Watch it. It's classic, like old. I don't know if you'd really call it a horror thriller. It's like people are taking over our bodies, and aliens are taking over our bodies and replacing us, and that's terrifying. And please don't ever come and do that, please, aliens, if you ever see this. We're nice. At least some of us are. Please don't hold the non-nice ones against us. There is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory here, but I'm not going to review that because I am going to watch that again this year, but for a different reason. Wizard of Oz. I've seen this movie hundreds of times. It is fantastic. It never gets old. It's musical. It's brilliant. Watch every single different version of The Wizard of Oz because there's so many out there. I've seen Wicked on stage and that was fabulous. And yeah, Wizard of Oz. You can't get enough of Wizard of Oz. Watch Wizard of Oz everywhere. And then here are all my pictures of going to London, which has nothing to do with this at all. And I think that was the last movie. Oh, and then I watched 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't even know how to review that. It was intense, and it was like so many things that I've watched have referenced How, and I've never got them before, and now I get them. So now I'm like, oh yeah, I get what you're talking about. But the movie itself was really, like, I don't want, like the first bit with the apes. What is going on with that? Why are there apes? What? And then they find the monolith. But like, what? What does that have to do with anything? And then they go into space, and there's this computer that's like killing everyone and trying to kill other people and not succeeding. And then he ends up in this room with more monoliths. Like, it's a very confusing movie, and I feel like there's supposed to be some like really deep and meaningful conclusion, but I just don't get it. If you know it, put a comment down. Explain it to me. Explain what is happening in the Space Odyssey. I need to know. Oh my God, I need to know. And I think that might be all of them. Let me just double check my Google Sheet. I have a link to this in the blog if you want to see below, and you can watch some films and read some books along with me. So let's have a look at movies. So I talked about that one. Oh, Crossroads. I didn't talk about Crossroads. Crossroads, not the Britney Spears one, but the one set in the 80s with all the curly mullets. That was really interesting. It's about the devil at the crossroads and selling his soul to be able to play music, and there's quite a bit of nice like jazz music, and if you like that sort of thing, I would really recommend watching it. If you don't like jazz, then stay away from it, because it's pretty much all jazz. And then The Sixth Sense, Valley, Boogie Nights. I watched Boogie Nights. That giant penis at the end. Oh my God. If you like giant penis. No, it's a good film. It's about the porn industry in the 80s. I don't know how factually correct it is. I don't think it's meant to be factually correct. But there's like it's really dramatic. There's like suicides, there's beatings, there's a bit of like prostituting. It's very interesting. There's lots of cheating. There's lots and lots and lots of porn. I could definitely understand why. I actually don't understand at all why Dean suggested watching this with Lorelai and Rory. I would not want to watch this with my partner's parents. That is weird. No. So those are all the movies I watched last year for this challenge. I hope you liked my reviews of them. Tomorrow I will be here with a book review on Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. I read that book last year, but I never did a review. So join me tomorrow for that review. Hit subscribe button down the bottom. Click the like on the video, and also put the notifications on, so every time I upload a video you'll get a little ding. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day. Woohoo!